So we're ready to cut now. Tools you'll be using for this is you'll be using a vise here. Always good practice just to run your hand down the inside of the vise, make sure there's no nails, no rough edges in there that's going to damage your workpiece. Saws. Now there's various different saws you can use for this. Again, it's just personal preference, whatever works for you best. This is a gentleman's saw, you can use that one. You can use tenon saw, that's my personal preference. Again, up to you what works best. A lot of it's to do with hand size. If you've got bigger hands, you may well find this one. Smaller hands, possibly this one. But again, up to you. Now for this first bit, we don't use this one. This is called a coping saw. We will use this whilst we're cutting this joint, but we don't use it till later on. This one's only really for cutting out intricate bits that we couldn't get one of the other saws into. Okay, so put the workpiece in the vise, make sure it's nice and straight. Okay, take your tenon saw. Now I've got my finger, my index finger, my left hand I'm not going to use. I'm just going to put that there. It's not near the teeth of the saw, but I'm just going to put it there just whilst I start this off. Now, notice how I'm holding the saw here. I've got my index finger pointing forwards. That does keep the saw a lot more rigid, keeps your accuracy levels up. Okay. Now, I've cut down to the line. If anything, I've not cut quite far enough. I'd rather just wait and see. I can always finish that off with a file if I need to. Now, second cut. You'll be able to see me cutting down the waist side of the line a little bit there. A little bit better on this side, I should say. Again, I'm stopping just short of the line. Now, this is where we use the coping saw, because obviously this saw we can't get in and round that way. Okay. So when you're using the coping saw, best way I always say is to start just before you get to the bottom. Don't go right to the bottom, a couple of millimetres up, and then watch the top of the frame of the saw. Bring it over gradually until my saw is sideways. I don't start cutting across really until my saw is pointing in the direction I want it to go in. Now with this, I'm just going to keep sawing along the line. Okay, and then I'm just going to tidy up this little bit in the bottom there. Okay, now we can see from this, you can see there's still a little bit of a line there, and I've cut just down the inside of this line, so you can just see the line if you look very carefully. Now along here I can see that it's not very straight, needs tidying up, needs finishing off. Okay, but I'm not going to worry about that at the moment. I'm going to cut the other piece before I start filing anything. So this piece, beginning part, is the same as the last time. We've got a different side to cut down on the waist side this time. And then for this one, quite often I'll see people trying to cut sideways like that. Don't do that, because immediately the saw and gravity are working against you. Take your workpiece out and turn it this way in the vise. It's far easier to cut downwards than it is sideways. Quite often you'll find you'll need to move your workpiece a few times. Okay, so here's my piece that I've cut. probably cut a little bit too far off onto the waist side there. You can still see the line really quite well. Now, first time I put this together, I wouldn't expect this to fit. If it does, it's complete fluke. And no, look, I'm too wide. Okay, so what I need to do now is get a file. I need to look at where is it too wide. Okay, it's too wide along there, it's too wide along there, so that's where I need to file.